I'm Mandy Gaither.
Welcome back to Morning Mix. We're here with Amanda Gyves, fitness and nutrition coach, who's going to teach us how to make an easy and healthy lunch. So thanks for joining us this morning, Amanda.
I'm glad to be here. Thank you. It's important for busy professionals to be able to fit their good nutrition into their day, and we don't always have time to cook. We don't always have time or great options on the go. So having something that you can make ahead of time that doesn't require cooking, that can sometimes, my clients will be health professionals or people that are, I have hairstylists, I have lots of people that are just like busy all the time and they need short stuff to eat. So I try to make sure that we've got protein, carbs, and healthy fats. That way you don't have a sugar crash, and we keep our blood sugar balanced through the day.
I love the fact that you're showing us how to stay healthy, and it's not that complicated.
Right. Okay. So as you said before we started, we pretty much have these things already in our kitchen. We want to make sure that we're getting, we can choose really good, healthy proteins. It can be, some good quality turkey meat or, leftovers from your dinner the night prior. So what we're going to do is we're going to kind of build this little lunchbox. Some people do this themselves. They do it for their kids, but it's all really great options. So we have lean turkey meat. Then otherwise you could do like rotisserie chicken. You could do hard-boiled eggs. That wasn't something I was going to bring today, so that I might be able to come back. And then when you're choosing like a healthy fat that's also a protein, I often suggest to get the peanut butter that when you look at the label, now these are really healthy or like very convenient, but the label that specifically says, now this one's a Smucker's Natural, and the label actually just says peanuts and salt. So you want to try to avoid extra sugars when you're trying to be really healthy. The other things you can put in there are like little Baby Bell cheeses, something else. Something else that I like are the Laughing Cow light cheeses, and those go nicely on your little non-crisps, and then the pretzel crisps that are like nice and light. Again, don't be afraid of carbs because you need to have good balance and energy through your day.
And so what are some of the important things that we need to keep in mind when actually prepping meals that people may not know?
So you want to avoid spiking your blood sugar. So not having like a ton of, just kind of heavy on the carbs, but we don't want to completely cut out carbs. So that's why we've also like added some color. So I've got some cut up peppers. You could also do all kinds of different fruits. If you cut these ahead of time, they're really easy to just kind of put in there. I've got apples, tomatoes, and others like kind of small block cheeses. And again, they all fit in these nice little Tupperwares. These are just a Rubbermaid. These are from the grocery store. It doesn't have to get real fancy. And then you can make them at night and then have them ready to go the next day.
I love the size of these because this is basically your portion. The amount that you need, correct?
Absolutely. Okay. Yeah. And then you feel like you've got a good amount of food. You don't have to feel like if you're trying to get healthier, you're trying to get lighter with your food, you don't have to feel like you have a small amount. Really key is to have really quality, healthy whole foods. That way you get to eat a bulk of food without sneaky extra sugars or calories.
So you've got all this here. Say somebody's looking through their cabinets or the refrigerator, and they may not have these. Are there some swaps that they might be able to use?
Absolutely. So when you're thinking about, you always want to prioritize your protein. So protein is going to keep you feeling full longer. It takes the body a little bit longer to digest it. It also kind of revs up your metabolism because it uses a little more energy to process it. But any proteins that you enjoy, so turkey, fishes, salmon. If you've got like canned tuna or canned salmon, that also works. Any of those different options. And then any of like the, different fruits that you would like, anything that you can dip in. So what's kind of cool about these is if you don't have like a single serve of like a peanut butter or even a hummus, you can take it right out of the jar and then put it into these smaller containers.
See, I'm a big dip person. I love dipping stuff in.
Yeah.
I can start dipping it in that.
Yes.
That's the good thing. Yeah.
And the other thing is, like, I mean, don't be afraid of even having ranch dressing. You know, when you've got all of these really good whole choices, then you've got space to, you know, enjoy your favorite dressings also.
And when it comes to eating throughout the day, how important is it to have those? I know we have like the breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Are we supposed to snack in between? What's the process like?
I always suggest that, especially, you know, some people aren't hungry immediately in the day, so I just advise you to make sure that you're eating throughout the day, and whatever your first meal is, that is your breakfast, because you're essentially breaking your fast from not eating overnight.
Right.
So we want to prioritize protein always, because there are just so many options, as you see here. Most of these would probably count as a carb, but some of them also have protein in them. So if we prioritize the lean protein options, and then make sure that we are putting in healthy carbs, fats, and the protein, that's going to keep your blood sugar stable, and that keeps us from having a big blood sugar spike, which then kind of turns into like a late afternoon dip. So I do, because there's usually a longer gap from lunch to dinner, I often say to plan an afternoon snack. So separately, you could just have some sliced apples and your protein that is your peanut butter, or a cheese. And then that way you've got a protein and you've got a carb. That crunchy apple is going to give you like that little sugar, a little crunch, also fiber, and then also keep you going so that you don't have that like kind of crash in the afternoon. That way, you know, you guys get up early, I imagine. You then have the energy to get that workout in the afternoon. If you want to go for a walk or something, you're less likely to make bad choices in the afternoon. A
lot to keep up with. Amanda, if people would like to get more information about this, how can they go about getting it from you?
My email address is amanda.gyves@wellnessinbalance.com. And then I've also created a quick link for just easy 5 tips for fat loss. And you can find that at tinyurl.com/fatloss12news.
Perfect, perfect. We have that on the screen as well. That's perfect. Thanks so much for coming by and showing us.
Appreciate it.
It's a great way and bringing my baby bill. So I'm going to enjoy this now.
It's a perfect time to snack right now, right? It's all in front of us.
Hey, we've got more coming up with Morning Mix. Go nowhere. We'll be right back.
Also coming up, more health tips and a workout to do at home. Don't go anywhere. Morning Mix will be right back. You don't want to miss it. Cliff is getting in the gym.
Oh, Lord.